There's a new coffee shop in town and they serve all-day brunch. That's right, Roasters Attic is Toccoa's new locally owned coffee shop, and you need to stop in and grab a cup of coffee, try those waffles and croissants. You gotta go by and see what all the hype is about. They're located on Big A Road in Toccoa, or call 678-677-6423. And look, when we want it and we're at the studio, we get it DoorDashed to us. So what are you waiting for? Go give Roasters Attic a try right now. What's up? Welcome back to another episode of the Diamond Studios podcast. This is where three friends get together, talk about music, business, and the balance of both. I'm your host, Nathan Collins, and as always, we are joined by the one and only Kevin Beggs. There's Jonathan Boucher, and today we're going to talk about growth in the music business and answer a lot of questions regarding that. So let's get into it.
Oh yeah,
awesome sauces. All right, how to handle growth in the music business? This is good questions.
Yeah,
good questions. Oh crap, guys!
Forgot to do it.
I forgot. Oh,
I haven't forgotten. I've actually almost drank my whole entire cup.
Are you serious? So
cup of what?
Before a cup of Living Room Roasters coffee.
I don't have it. If you're watching the video, you're seeing me hold an invisible mug. But
just having a man.
They're so good, I can remember the taste from my memory.
Yes. Yeah. Go shopping on Living Room Coffee Roasters website and use code Diamond Studios to get 10% off of your total order.
Coffee.
It was amazing. So good. It's what we use here at the studio, obviously.
It is.
Okay, how to handle growth in the music business. Wait, how to handle growth in music and business.
Yes.
The music and business, and then the music business are all completely...
They're all different things.
Yeah, they are. They're completely different. Okay. Let's talk personal. First.
Right.
So moments that we've experienced growth. What was it easy? Was it difficult? What was that walk like? What you want to go first?
Yeah.
Yeah? Go for it.
Let's see. I think a specific moment definitely relates to the studio. Probably one of the harder points was like learning to be more intentional with my time.
Yeah.
Because time goes so quickly, especially when you're not doing like a 9 to 5 and you're working for yourself. You realize how much time can be wasted in an instant. And then you realize, oh crap, I have to make money.
I'm hungry.
I'm hungry.
Crap.
And so I think that was a growth moment, I think, for me. Definitely coming from like 9 to 5 type jobs to that. And it was like, oh, okay. And then also dealing with just owning a business in general and the stress that comes with that, which I think the stress that comes with that is good. Because it creates growth.
Yeah.
Like I think you need that stress to grow in a sense.
Yeah.
Because if you didn't have it, you wouldn't go anywhere. You wouldn't do anything. It would just be a stagnant business that just stays plateaued for eternity or until you bankrupt yourself.
And you can't do that.
No.
You can't.
Can, but
you don't want.
That's not fun.
It's not. It's not. Yeah. The studio's a good example.
Yeah.
Jonathan, what about you? Anything specific? Yeah.
Yeah, totally, yeah. I feel like a lot of my growth has been more like personal growth.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Than like a specific skill.
Yeah, you're definitely more out there with your personal stuff than you have been in the past.
Yeah.
Like you're more willing to put yourself out there.
Yeah.
Than you were in the past. I think there are a lot of moments that pop into my head when experiencing growth.
It's always in hindsight, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like it's almost like you don't really realize that you're growing.
Yeah.
But then you think about it and you're like, oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have to say the first one
have to be when I was 17.
Yeah.
Like moving out of my parents' house, you know, not quite done with high school, but leaving home.
Taking that risk.
Yeah. That experience was not easy,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think I understand. Like, I have so much respect for my past self because of being like a kid
Yeah.
and enduring the difficult.
Yeah.
You know, most 17-year-olds would throw in the towel.
Yeah. They'd
For,
move back,
yeah,
give up.
yeah. It was very difficult.
Yeah.
I mean, you're 17. You know, you're not moving away to go to college to
No.
be surrounded by people who are also missing their parents because they all decided to go drop thousands of dollars on the same school as you.
Yeah.
You're moving off into the real world, you know, miles and miles and hours away
Yeah.
from your family. You know, you're actually having to cook your own meals and pay your own bills and
Deal with your own money.
find the good deals. Yeah, but that was the thing where you were like, you know, it's like, shoot, you know, you're hungry, you know, you gotta eat now.
You gotta do something about it.
Yeah, and it's like, well, crap. Now it's up to me, because that's what my parents told me. You know, they
Yeah.
were like, if you move out of our house and you decide to do like life, you know, we're gonna support you, but we're not gonna pay for you.
Right.
And so, you know, when I left, I left.
Yeah.
I wasn't on their insurance anymore, and you know, doing my thing.
Yeah.
So that right there, I don't know if that was growth, but it definitely led to growth,
Yeah.
without a doubt. It
I guess
led to
more or
a lot
less
of
it's like
growth.
a growing pain if you had to put like a metaphor or a label on it.
Yeah, it's more of a lily pad,
Yeah.
you know, a lily pad in the pond that you're jumping to
Yeah.
get to the other side. But it caused a lot of growth.
Yeah.
Caused a lot of growth. So that was that first instant where like I had the moment of, I guess it would be growth, where I was like, I can do this.
Yeah.
So I moved out, and then when I moved out and I had to get a job at PetSmart, so I'm an expert on everything. So I had to get a job at PetSmart, but I worked there and killed it, did great.
Yeah.
But realized like this is not what I want to do.
No.
And then that moment, you know, still being 17, I realized how easy it is to get caught up in the rat race.
Yeah.
And so I was like, you know what, screw this. So I started working harder.
Yeah.
You know, that was good moment of growth, and it was not easy. It was far from easy.
Right.
Same with the studio, you know. This is not a piece of cake. It's not a
No,
walk in the
it's
park.
not.
We have more fights than I think we should with stupidity
Yeah.
that people should be more mature about. Not here, it's outside forces.
Yeah. Stuff we can't control.
Yeah. It's things that we can't control, and so we're stuck like cleaning up after stupid choices by other people.
Yeah.
With no context. It's like, what?
What?
But it's fine. Yeah. So does growth come naturally, or is it something you have to choose?
It's
kind of
definitely
answered this.
yeah. It's definitely not natural.
No.
At least after once you're past a certain age, a lot of people tend to be like kind of set in their in their ways, and it
That's
takes
true.
outside forces to like.
Yeah. No, I
Enact.
definitely think. I don't think it's natural. What do you think?
I think it's definitely something you have to choose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like to a certain extent, there's nothing like it's like you were saying, there's not gonna be something pushing you.
Yeah.
It's something you have to like you have to choose that,
Yeah.
you know?
I'm thinking of like in regarding us three, right? So
Mhm.
like the music, the business, and life, right? We're three friends talking about the balance of both, and I'm sitting here thinking of like if growth was happening naturally, and like all the times that you know I've had to push you guys, or you guys have had to push me, or y'all have
Right.
just like all the times that we've had to look at each other and be like, "That's dumb," you know, like if the growth was natural, one of
Yeah.
us would probably be dead. It'd
Yeah.
probably be me. But I think we choose to have that balance of like, there's a level of friendship there where like we have grown to a point of like we can be honest and accept it, or just accept it.
Yeah.
It's really the only choice, or conversate about it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and we've definitely chose to do that.
Mm-hmm.
We've definitely, because like there was nothing holding us here, you know,
Right.
3 years ago. I mean, shoot, the work was still being put in, but now we're here. Like we're concreted.
Yeah.
On the planet.
We're literally, our feet are literally stuck to the building.
Yeah.
To the floor.
Yeah, we've been sitting here for. We have doppelgangers.
We do.
Yeah. No, I think for some people it does happen naturally.
Yeah.
But if I'm being honest with you, I think that comes in people who are content in life. And which is fine. You know,
Yeah.
there are people, I know many people who are content with their life and working up the ladder. Like, that's fine.
Yeah.
You know, some people are built for that. Some people love it. Some people want it. And like, that's natural growth.
Yeah.
Like, it has to be. Like, if you start out as a janitor and you work up and you fulfill a cash register position, then a shift lead, and then
Yeah.
a management shift manager, and then store manager, and then like keep working your way up. I think that's natural.
Yeah.
You still have to choose
There's-
to work for it.
There's
Like,
plenty of people in my life that I'm thinking of that, like their idea of like content is like living, like just experiencing life in a house with like nothing crazy,
yeah,
just having a normal job and just living.
yeah. Just going with it. See, I can't.
No, I don't feel
couldn't
like
do
I don't feel like we're meant for that.
Yeah, I just some people have different purposes.
Yeah.
Their purpose and calling in life they're completely different,
Mm-hmm.
which is fine.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that, because someone's got to take care of us, and most of the time that's people that are content.
Yeah.
With life. So yeah, I think that was a good question,
Mm-hmm.
but I would love. We all agree.
Yeah.
There's definitely a
Yeah.
choice.
Yeah.
I'd love to know if someone listening or watching, if you think otherwise, does it happen naturally? Like, is there some weird thing that
I mean, unless we're talking
Not
like
gonna go any-
physical growth. then
Wow, would you look at that? What advice could you give? Just kidding. All right, let's do that though. Let's throw some advice out there. We get asked quite often for advice. I'm not sure why. 'Cause the truth is, no human being knows exactly what they're doing.
No.
Um,
Never.
And you can have, systems in place and like with your life, but there was a point in time where you had no idea what was, what was going on. So what advice would we give to others and how to deal with growth in the industry that we are in?
I mean, kind of the same thing we've been mentioning of like, or in the first question, like it's gonna most likely be difficult and be a little painful. It might be
Yeah.
easy, but I think if it's true growth, there's going to be some friction. There's going to be some things that change that you might necessarily like, but they're going to help you grow.
Yeah,
But the end result is going to make you better for it, I believe.
yeah, that's true.
I feel like personally this is really important to me, but a huge part of it is learning how to balance fun time and serious time. Cuz I feel like a lot of people get burned out, and that's
Yeah.
why
Yeah.
they give up.
Guilty. Yeah.
They don't, take the time to like decompress
Yep.
for like a second and then get back into it.
Yeah.
And they burn themselves out and
Yeah.
they quit.
So fun fact. What we did last night. So we're working on a Christmas EP, or album, whatever it turns into. And so we're working on this Christmas album. And last night we were all here. We were supposed to be recording, but was it my idea?
You both kind of collectively came up with it and was like,
You
yeah, this is a
mentioned-
great
okay,
idea.
That's right. Okay. Jonathan mentioned Nicolas Cage, and then we were asking how we were going to be inspired for a Christmas movie. So we freaking looked up a Nicolas Cage Christmas movie, and we set a timer. We would watch 20 minutes of the movie, we'll work 30 minutes on a song, watch 20 minutes of the movie, work 30 minutes on the song. It was not efficient.
No.
We worked on
There was
we
no
watched way
inspiration.
too much movie like right out the gate.
Oh, yeah, we did.
And then we worked on too much song, I
Yeah.
guess.
Oh, we finished the whole
But we
song?
still finished
Almost.
the song.
Almost.
Yeah, that was the worst Christmas inspiration
It was.
ever.
It basically wasn't even a Christmas movie. I
No.
wouldn't call it a Christmas
No,
movie.
it was a great movie.
Yeah, it was good.
Trapped in Paradise is
Yeah.
that's
Yep.
what it was called.
Yep.
But yeah. So the balance is the idea of
Yeah.
balance
Yeah.
was there.
Yeah.
And you know, we have good times on fam nights and
Oh, yeah.
we play a lot of Mario Kart. But yeah. I agree with you though. I
Yeah.
agree with you. I easily get sucked into just work.
Yeah.
You know, and then it gets to the point to where you don't necessarily, you're just doing it because you have to,
Yeah.
like you're trying to meet a deadline. That's unhealthy.
Yeah.
I think if I had to give one piece of advice to someone in the industry we're in, going through growth or planning to go through growth, I would give you advice that my father gave me when I was moving out. And the last thing he said when I left that day was he looked at me and he said, you know, obviously they were like, we support you, but remember, we're not here to like pay your way. But he looked at me and he was like, don't you ever compromise who you are. Morally, characteristically, like beliefs, mentally, don't ever compromise who you are. And to this day, of all the advice that I've ever gotten from millionaires, billionaires, I've met both and I've got advice from both. And that advice right there is still to this day the best advice I've ever gotten. And it has like, just never compromise. Stay true. And what I've noticed is never compromising has meant that I have to grow a spine. And that piece of advice right there probably gave me the most growth in my life of any other advice I've ever gotten.
That's with great power comes great responsibility tier quote.
Basically,
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Yeah. But
That's really cool.
That's my father. That's my dad.
Brad.
Bradley. But yeah, I would pass that along to.
Yeah, that's
I'll
really
definitely
good.
pass it along to my kids whenever they're like 3.
Put that on a wall somewhere. Tag up a wall with that.
When they're 3 years old, I'm gonna look them in the eye and like, never compromise. And then I'm gonna wonder why they're pitching fits in Walmart at 18.
And they're gonna wonder what the word compromise means, probably.
Make them get matching.
Compromise?
Everyone get matching tattoos. Never compromise who you are. And you can never forget
You
it.
know-
It's on your hand.
When I got my tattoo, it was a debate between that and millionaire.
Interesting.
But millionaire was what I'd been drawing on my wrist since I was like 7.
You were
So-
mentally set for it.
I was, yeah. But yeah, that and there's too many people with tattoos that say never compromise.
Yeah.
So, and I like to be original.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's a deeper meaning for me. It's good advice, man.
Yeah.
Did you already say yours?
I just basically was saying be ready for
yeah.
like pain and growing pains.
That's right.
Things like that. Like to expect it. Instead of
Mhm.
being caught off guard by it.
Yeah, I mean you'll be caught off guard
Yeah.
by some things. We were caught off guard this morning.
We were.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But being prepared for it, don't let it surprise you.
Yeah.
And don't cower away from it.
I will say growing the spine part is definitely something I think that since we opened the studio and since doing everything with that, that's something that I've had to really work through, I think.
You got better though. Like the growth is
Yeah.
definitely there.
Yeah.
Without a doubt for both of you.
Yeah.
It's gotten better.
Because I think growing up, especially like, I don't know, I'm going to use words that like a good Christian boy, like you don't really have the mindset of I need to stand my ground. It's almost like you're almost taught to be a floor mat.
Turn the other cheek
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Which is, it's good.
It's biblical.
It's biblical. But there's
But-
also moments where you don't do that.
Yeah.
So we can
Yeah.
go more in depth on a whole nother podcast with that. But
Yeah.
that's definitely for another
I'm
podcast.
going to drag Jesus into it. Oh, no. It's getting real.
What are you wearing, Nathan?
Oh, my gosh, guys. Look at this hoodie.
Look at that hoodie.
It's so fantastic.
It's so beautiful.
I am indeed wearing the brand new Diamond Studios hoodie, which you can get on our website if they're still in stock.
If they're still in stock.
Well, if you're listening to this, we are currently sold out of certain variants of everything. But I'm also drinking out of a Diamond Studios mug, which you can also purchase on our website. So head over to it's Diamond Studios. LID.com. We've had this website for 3 years. And it still confuses me.
That's so
Diamond
funny.
Studios LID.com. And from there, you can also get tickets.
Titchets.
You can get tickets to see Fools Fest, get our merch, all that good jazz. But real quick, what you been listening to?
I'm still in the King's K kick,
Yeah?
if I'm being
Okay.
honest. I've been listening through Beyond Control, and that's like my favorite album of all time.
He's injecting King's K into his ear
I am.
veins.
I am. Well, I've gone so long without consistently listening to it that I've like kind of catching up again and hearing things over and over again.
Okay.
It's a huge influence for me, and
Okay.
I'm just kind of revisiting it all.
Nice. Beebs, what you been listening to?
Some Kevin Morby. Some the Kooks.
The Kooks.
Yeah,
Nice.
stuff of that ilk.
I like Kevin Morby. This is a photograph.
This is a photograph.
Mm-hmm.
There's,
Good stuff. Yeah.
there's lovers in the room next door.
Oh,
You can
yeah.
hear him through the paper wall. Okay, no.
This guy. Oh, my gosh. You started playing that last night at like 1:50 in the morning. Like, what are you doing? I went back. I think I said on a podcast
Yeah.
that Ava Max released an album.
Yeah.
I was mistaken at that point. She had only released a few singles,
Yeah.
but I didn't realize I said album until I listened to that episode recently. But I was listening to her singles. Well, her album dropped last Friday. So I officially listened to the album.
Nice.
This week, and great album, really good, very
It's
very
really
good. Still really impressed by the mixing and mastering of that. And then I also listened to Lil Yachty's new album.
What a left turn.
Weird.
I've heard really
Did
good.
you hear it?
No, but I've heard really
haven't
good
heard it
things
yet.
about it.
You haven't heard it?
I haven't heard it.
It's like very different compared to like what he's been doing.
Different, creative or different weird.
Everything.
Everything. It's not.
Everything.
He's not even in the genre anymore.
No. It is completely different than anything he's ever released. It's also completely different than what any other rapper's doing right now.
That's good.
Yeah. And so for me, I enjoyed the album,
Yeah.
but the only part that I hated about it was that it was Lil Yachty.
Yeah.
That was it, because my ears are so like tuned to like what Lil Yachty's supposed to sound like,
Yeah.
or quote unquote supposed to sound like, not
Yeah.
to put him in a box, but like my ear's been trained like this is what he sounds like, Lil Bo,
Yeah.
But
I did.
it's different.
I did read like it wasn't an interview of Lil Yachty, but I read something that was saying they described it as Lil Yachty impacted his like genre so much, and he like was at such a top level with it that he almost had to take a left turn, either surpass that or go somewhere completely different.
Yeah.
Which seems to be working out for him, because it seems like people are responding well to it,
Yeah. Well,
as far as I can tell at the moment. I haven't listened to it, so I don't know.
yeah, I enjoy. Oh gosh, people are gonna hate me.
Uh-oh.
People are gonna hate
What?
me. But I am enjoying. Artists are finally doing the kind of music that they want to do.
Yep.
I love it. It's just good. It's about dang time.
Yeah.
You know, it's time for the record labels to shut up.
Stop trying to please everyone.
Yeah, because, like, this is where people are gonna hate me. Beyonce won 4 of the 9 Grammys she was nominated for.
Yeah.
But this last album was no different than the past 42 albums of hers. It's the complete same. The only reason why is because
I can feel the knives coming through
like,
the door.
This reminds me, I forgot to say that I listened to a lot of the Beatles.
Yeah.
This time too.
Beatles.
I mean, come on, Beyonce. Like, every Beatles album sounds different. You gotta, like, you know,
Oh man.
diversify a little bit.
Beyonce uses different techniques,
Yeah.
right, in her albums, but the overall generic feel, I think she's found a money pocket and she's not moving.
Yeah.
And so, like, there's no growth as an artist there, you know?
Yeah.
I respect you getting the bag, but at the same time, like,
I want to know your musicianship.
you
know?
show us something.
Like, there's A-listers out there, like Ed Sheeran, who released, like, his first 2 albums were completely acoustic. The next one was a blend of acoustic and pop, and then the next one was a freaking mixtape with a rapper featured on every single song.
I'd like to know how she views herself. Do you think she views herself as a performer and a musician rather than an artist? I feel like that'd be interesting to know. Because her fans view her as like an artist, but she's not the one.
I'm sure she has talents that we don't know about.
Probably.
That would make her an artist.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like she would view herself more as a performer.
I feel like so too.
You know, kind of like Britney Spears views herself.
Yeah.
You know, they're artists, but they're not necessarily artists.
Yeah.
They just look like it, and they perform very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think if I were to guess, I don't know Beyonce at all, but if I were to guess, I think she would view herself as a mother, and then a wife, and then a performer.
Yeah.
Because she, like, disappears after a while.
Yeah.
I'm also not a fan.
Get the bag and then dip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically.
Then you got the Beatles. The Beatles are, like, so much more than artists, man. They're master painters. Okay, I'm done. I'm just trying to stir up trouble.
You really are.
The whole, like,
it's like,
Beyonce
what are you doing?
Beatles thing.
I'm pretty sure it's just like
Oh
a small group
gosh.
of people that think that, and then they just get a platform because it's so out there and like crazy.
Probably. All right. Well, good episode.
Yeah.
Didn't mean to go on a little rant
Yeah.
right there.
Thank you guys for listening.
Yeah, thank you guys so
Yeah.
much. Hey, be sure you share, rate. Let us know what you think. Follow us on all socials. And hey, if you're a business owner and you'd like to advertise it with us, just reach out to us, send us a message on Facebook or Instagram, and we'll get you hooked up. Also, don't forget your merch.
We can do jingles for your businesses too, and
Yeah,
radio ads and stuff.
yeah.
so.
We currently have 6 jingles that we're writing.
It's a fun time.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
All right,
Wowzer.
All right.
You got a song for us?
You got a song?
Got a song? Yeah.
Sweet.
The Beatles are superior to Beyonce. Okay. This has been the podcast. This has been the podcast. Sorry.
No, you're not.
I'm not.
You're not sorry at all.